Hi all, I am Dr. Rajini, Prasudandra Sriloka faculty from Scale Up Ayurveda. Today we will have a short introduction on menstruation. Moving on to the slides. What is menstruation? Menstruation is a normal vaginal bleeding that occurs in a woman due to the shedding of the endometrium. What is the definition of menstruation? Menstruation is a visible manifestation of cyclic physiologic uterine bleeding due to the shedding of the endometrium following invisible interplay of hormones, mainly through hypothalamo-pituitary-ovarian axis. So it's the shedding of the endometrium which occurs under the invisible interplay of hormones, mainly through hypothalamo-pituitary-ovarian axis. So this is the hypothalamus, anterior pituitary, ovaries, and uterus. This hypothalamus produces a series of releasing and inhibiting hormones which reaches the anterior pituitary, and anterior pituitary will produce specific hormones which reaches the ovaries, which causes changes both in ovaries and uterus, which finally lead to menstruation. So this is the hypothalamo-pituitary-ovarian axis. This is the uterus, uterine cavity. This is the endometrium, myometrium. These are the bilateral fallopian tubes, ovaries, and this is the cervix, vagina. So for a normal menstruation to occur, the hypothalamo-pituitary-ovarian axis should be well coordinated, and this uterine endometrium must be responsive to the ovarian hormones. And finally, the outflow tract must be patent. So these three factors are essential for menstruation to occur. That is, the hypothalamo-pituitary-ovarian axis must be coordinated. The endometrium must be responsive to the ovaries, ovarian hormones, and the outflow tract must be patent. Normally, the menarche or the first menstruation occurs at the age of 11 to 15 years with a mean of 13 years. Now this age has come down to 10 years due to the improvement in nutrition and other environmental factors. And the duration of bleeding is 4 to 5 days. The blood loss is 20 to 80 ml with an average of 35 ml. The cycle interval is 21 to 35 days with a mean of 28 days. So a normal menstrual cycle will occur with a duration of 28, with a cycle interval of 28 days, 3 to 4 days duration. Menstrual cycle can be divided into two, ovarian cycle and endometrial cycle. Ovarian cycle consists of follicular recruitment, selection of a dominant follicle and maturation, ovulation, formation of corpus luteum, and demise of the corpus luteum. The endometrial cycle consists of four phases: regenerative phase, proliferative phase, secretory phase, and menstruation. So first we will discuss about ovarian cycle. What is ovarian cycle? Development and maturation of a follicle, ovulation and formation of corpus luteum, and its degeneration constitute an ovarian cycle. Before that, we will discuss about what's happening inside an ovary. So this is the cross section of the ovary. This is the outer cortex. This is the inner medulla. So this ovarian cortex consists of a number of primary follicles. And these primary follicles will grow in size during this stage. When a female baby is born, her ovaries contain a number of primary oocytes. These primary oocytes covered by flat cells are called as primordial follicles. And the female baby is born with millions of primordial follicles in her ovaries. These primordial follicles will remain inert until the girl reaches the puberty. When she reaches the puberty, under the influence of hormones, this primordial follicle will start growing and ovulation will happen. So the first step in the ovarian cycle is recruitment of group of follicles. In this, the growth of the primordial follicle will occur. The initial recruitment and development of the follicles is not under the control of any hormone. till it reaches a size of 2 to 5 mm. When it reaches a size of 2 to 5 mm, then the growth and differentiation of the follicle will be under the control of follicle stimulating hormone. This primordial follicle contains an oocyte, and this oocyte will enlarge in size, and also the follicle will acquire FSH receptors. Next is selection of dominant follicle and maturation. So among this developing follicle, only one follicle will become a dominant follicle. So in this, you can see a primordial follicle, late primary follicle, secondary follicle, and mature Graafian follicle. So what is the criteria for a dominant follicle? A dominant follicle is the one with highest estrogen concentration in androgen. In this, you can see a cavity. This is a fluid-filled cavity called androgen. So the one with highest estrogen concentration in the androgen, lowest androgen to estrogen concentration, and maximum FSH receptor will become a dominant follicle. And rest of the follicles become atretic by day 8. And Graafian follicle is the mature follicle which is ready to ovulate. And just prior to ovulation, this Graafian follicle will attain a size of 20 mm. This is the structure of the Graafian follicle. So in this, you can see a primary oocyte which is surrounded by cells called corona radiata. And this primary oocyte with the corona radiata is attached to the granulosa cells. These are the granulosa cells. So this primary oocyte with the corona radiata is attached to the granulosa cells by cumulus oophorus. This stalk-like structure is called cumulus oophorus. And the outermost portion is the theca externa. Just inside is the theca interna. And this purple color, this is the fluid-filled cavity called androgen. So we have covered selection of group of follicles, selection of group of follicles, then dominant follicle and its maturation. Now third is ovulation. What is happening in ovulation? The ovum is released by the Graafian follicle. The dominant follicle shortly before ovulation reaches the surface of ovary. Then detachment of the cumulus oophorus occurs. As a result, the primary oocyte will floats in the androgen. Then this primary oocyte will complete the meiotic division and it become a secondary oocyte. So during ovulation, a secondary oocyte is releasing. Then stigma formation occur. That is, on the surface of the ovary, a small projection is formed. It is called stigma. And then the stigma will break and ovulation will happen. So in this, you can see the primary follicle, secondary follicle, and finally the ovulation. That is, the Graafian follicle is rupturing and the secondary oocyte is releasing out. The last step is the formation of corpus luteum. Ruptured Graafian follicle is called a corpus luteum. The life cycle of corpus luteum consists of 4 stages. Stage of proliferation, stage of vascularization, stage of maturation, and stage of regression. Let's see each stages. The first is the stage of proliferation. After ovulation, the collapsed walls will form convolutions and the opening will be plugged with fibrin. The granulosa cells will undergo hypertrophy without any multiplication. Now the cells are granulosa lutein cells. The color is grayish yellow, which is due to the presence of lipids. The second stage is the stage of vascularization. Within 24 hours, after the rupture, small capillaries grow into granulosa layer accompanied by lymphatics and fibroblasts. And the sprouting vessels will rupture and bleed in the cavity. Now the third stage is stage of maturation. On 4th day, the luteal cells will attain maximum size. In 7 to 8 days after ovulation, the size of the corpus luteum will be 1 to 2 centimeter with its secretory peak. Hypertrophy of the theca interna cells will occur and lutein cells enlarged with lipid inclusions will be in yellow color. So at this stage, the corpus luteum will be yellow in color. And the last stage is stage of regression. On day 22 to 23, retrogression starts. That is, in this stage, we have told after 7 to 8 days ovulation, corpus luteum will reach its secretory peak. That is, ovulation happens on 14th day. 7 to 8 days after ovulation means 21st day. So on day 22 to 23, retrogression starts. First evidence of retrogression is vacuolation in the cells. Deposition of fat in the cells and hyaline tissue appearance in between also seen. Then the luteal cell atrophy, and finally it becomes corpus albicans. As the name indicates, it is white in color. In this, you can see all these. That is, this is the primordial follicle, and it will enlarge in size, and it will finally form a mature Graafian follicle. And this mature Graafian follicle will rupture and the ovum is liberated. This is the early corpus luteum, and this is the hypertrophic corpus luteum, which is yellow in color. And finally, this corpus luteum will regress to form corpus albicans, which is white in color. So that's for today's. Thank you.